Hey everyone, how's it going? Oh, let me get the light on quick. Can you see me better? Hey, how is it going? Let me make sure I got audio and everything is going okay. Oh, hold on. This is how prepared I am for everything. Okay, cool. We are good. Hey there. We got 6 people in chat. This is awesome. Thank you for showing up for this. I appreciate it. Original intent today was going to be to do both a live drawing and a work session. I'm not going to be able to get to that, unfortunately. The work session part of it, I got a kid with a fever, and it's not coronavirus. We hadn't tested. He doesn't have coronavirus, but I got to take him into the doctor to figure out why he's got the fever to begin with. Hey, Real Fan, how's it going? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a live drawing for this NCE PowerCab DCC system. This is my first DCC system that I bought a number of years back. Still in very good condition. I babied it very well, and it's a great system. It's one that I recommend to anyone starting out. If you've got a small model railroad, I think that's the best system to be getting for that. I really like my ESU control cab system for many, many reasons. If you got the money and you want to go for it, that's a good one to go with. But if you've got a small shelf style switcher, you're starting out, this is reasonably priced and a good way to go. So enough shilling for NCE. Let's get to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my phone, on my personal YouTube account, I am going to go to the video that a month ago I asked everyone to go ahead and leave a comment on if you wanted to be a part of this contest. And there are 47 comments. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see any of this stuff. 47 comments. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a random number generator that I have bookmarked previously, if I can find it. Oh, I just bookmarked this random page. Where are my bookmarks? Here we go. Bookmarks. Number picker wheel, and we're going to set this up so that this goes from 1 to 47. And I'm going to choose, it's going to choose a number at random for me, and then I'm just going to go down the list to whatever that number of user is, and that will be the winner. If that person is somebody who already has an NC or a DCC system and they're just saying like, hey, this awesome contest, I already have one, I don't need one, but thanks anyway, then we're going to go back to the number wheel. We'll pick another number and we'll go until we get a winner. Sound good? All right, so you see the comments here. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Mike. How's it going? All righty, so 47 is the number. So let me go in here and type in 47. 47. Cool. And we are going to, let me do it this way. Okay. Sorry, I'm clumsy as heck, guys. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and spin. And it is spinning. It is spinning, and we have a number 17. Number 17. All right, 17. Let's go back to the YouTube stream, and I'm just going to count down from the very first comment down 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and John Coussert. John Coussert is number 17. Can you see that guy? Here he is right there. John says, hello, getting back into HO. Really excited about the DCC. So much to learn. Awesome. Thank you, John. I am going to like this. I'm going to comment. Oh, I should probably comment. I'm going to comment on my MFR instead of my personal. I'll have to log in as Midland Falls and comment on that one that way. John, congratulations to you. This DCC system will be yours. I got to figure out how to contact you. Maybe you can reach out to me. I don't know. I'm going to try contacting you through my YouTube channel and see if I can get a hold of you that way. Otherwise, you can send me a message on Instagram, a direct message on Instagram. We can sort of talk offline that way just to get addresses and that kind of thing. John, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ensure everything is in the box here. I'm going to do a factory reset of this, so this will be fresh and new for you when you get it. And if you have questions about setting it up, let me know. It's been a while since I've run it, so I don't. I may be as in the dark as you are. I don't know. It's got a user manual in here. It's pretty simple. If I could figure out how to set it up, a number of years back, I can get trains running on it. I'm sure you can as well. There's tons of great videos out there online for how to set these up and how to use them. So, John, that is for you. Thanks very much. Thanks to everyone for getting involved. It was awesome just to see the number of people who wanted to be involved in the contest, and who I'm surprised at the number of people who didn't have a DCC system but were really excited to get one and to try one out. So glad I could help there. It's something that I wasn't going to necessarily be reusing myself, and so instead of trying to sell it on eBay, I thought 1,000 subscribers, let's give it away and have some fun. Almost done with the video. I did want to do something a little other than just giveaway in this video. So what I'd like to do is just talk a little bit about what I've done over the last month or so as far as laying out tracks on my layout and what I've learned from this experience. This is the largest layout I've ever built for myself. This room is 14 feet by 20 feet. And when you're used to building small layouts, I built a 4x8 foot layout. I built a little layout on a door. I built a little shelf layout that was 10 feet long. When you're used to small layouts, when you hear you have a whole lot of space, you think, oh my gosh, I got so much space, I can do so much with. And then you actually start to lay it out and you're like, oh, this space isn't as big as I originally thought it was be. Let's take a look real quick here and talk about a couple of things I figured out. So one thing I figured out, I'm not going to be able to get this camera as close as I want. Oh, sorry to make you physically sick here. Okay, so bring my microphone a little closer to my face as I talk. One thing I figured out with this section here is it's not very big. I had this sort of idea of like a real long section of track, and at the end of the track, I'd have an industry, so I could kind of pull the locomotive off of the main line, have a little bit of a run before it gets to the industry itself. It kind of turns out like it's sort of like immediately it's here. I've got the industry here, and I can only really fit about 3 trains on this track. I thought maybe I could fit 3 cars on this track. I thought maybe I could fit more than 3 cars on this track. But like, even in a room this large, I'm running out of space really quick. This was originally going to be a pole mill. I ended up deciding to turn this into more of a lumber mill, because even though this is fairly small, this is much larger than the room that I had originally intended to be reserved for the lumber mill on the other side of the layout. That ended up being so small, such limited amount of space, that it didn't really make sense from a perspective of the idea of like, with these center beam cars, you want to be able to load them from both sides of the car. And on that lumber mill track over there, there's only room to load on one side of the car. So it didn't make sense to have a spot for loading center beams in an area where you technically couldn't, fit cars to fit fork trucks to be able to load those center beams with. So I moved over here. That's one thing. Another thing over here is my paper mill. And you can see the tracks for the paper mill right here. And it's very small. The paper mill is one of the largest industries on this layout. And I had this idea of like a really large building that would start, right at where the doors for this far track here would go into the building. So that means the building would start here and then stop like right there. That's not a huge building. And in real life, it's a decent sized building. It's the largest in the real life Ponderosa Valley Railroad. It's the largest rail served industry on the line, and it's a pretty good sized building. And this spot is not really big enough, or the amount of track that I have available to me here is not really large enough for a decent sized building. So I'm gonna have to like make a little L shapes, extend the building out, further, about a foot further this direction, just to make it larger and more the size I wanted it to be. This second track here is for recycled materials unloading. I figured that track would be longer. I figured it'd be much more space in this chemical unloading track here. Basically, like what I'm finding is like the same limitations. The same limitations I was having with a small layout, I'm having on a large layout as well. So I'm assuming that scales up to even like really large basement size layouts. Where I have room now that I didn't have room before was in places like just being able to do like trains running. Like I have open countryside now to run trains. But once you get to the areas where you've got industry and you want to model large industry, I'm finding I'm running out of room. My cement facility, I thought I could fit 6 cars super easy on that thing, and it turns out that like 5 cars is really the limit there. So even on with those small 2-bay covered hoppers on an industry that has basically its own section of the layout all to itself, I'm more limited than I expected to be on that. So that doesn't change. So on one hand, it feels kind of comforting knowing that the same struggles that I'm facing with a large, I don't know if it's large, a medium-ish large layout. It's the same struggles I've been facing this entire time. It seems like it doesn't matter how much room you have, how much space you have, you're always going to have those issues. And that's kind of comforting in a lot of ways. All right, so I'm going to take a look at comments on the stream. I see a lot of people have commented, and if there's any questions, we'll answer those, and then we'll call it a stream, guys. Let me get on here. Let me turn the volume down. All right, live chat. Good morning, Matt. Good morning, Pacific North Central. Good morning, Aaron, Mike, real fan. I said hi to you already. Aaron, congrats, John. Yes, congrats, John. Hey, Russ, congrats, John. Yeah. Fun contest. Thanks for doing this. Yeah, thanks, Mike. Do you happen to have anything for sale, like a local or rolling stock? Railfan Andrew, good question. I don't right now. I do plan to get into weathering soon. We're talking about maybe second half of this year. Once I kind of get the layout to a place where I feel happy and comfortable, we're just running trains on it and being able to do operating sessions. Once I get to the second half of the year, I'm going to start weathering locomotives in a rolling stock. And I have a number of cars that I had purchased for my old layout that just won't fit on this layout as far as from a theme standpoint. And some cars that had maybe purchased before, like I had sort of decided on industries and that kind of thing. So I've got a few cars that no longer work with my railroad. So what I'm going to do is I plan on weathering those up and then selling those on eBay probably. So if you are interested in purchasing cars, what I do want to do is weather them up nicely and sell them that way instead of just throwing them up there just for the heck of it. So that will be plans for later this year and then possibly even into next year as well. We'll see. I'm not making, after 2020, I'm not making any specific plans for 2021. It comes when it comes, right? Oh, man. Aaron, talking the exact same thing I'm dealing with. Yeah, the size constraints are kind of an interesting thing. Like, I mean, everyone is gonna wish they had more room, right? I mean, I dream of of a larger room for sure. I'm not unhappy with the fact that I'm limited in space. I mean, that limit, that size and scale limit that I'm running into here, it's a good thing. It means that I'm not going to get in over my head with too much track work, with too much scenery and detailing. I mean, I'm probably going to have, I'm guessing 1,500 trees that I have to make for this layout. Just seeing how other modelers have gone about it and how many trees they filled up on their layout. My guess is probably 1,000 to 1,500 trees. So I don't want a larger layout and then have to do another 1,500 trees on top of that. It's never going to get done. I want a nicely super detailed layout, and the only way I can do that is with a reasonable size, and I think this is a reasonable size. Space, money, or time. Something is always limited. Yeah, what is it that they say with there's a term in design. You can have cheap. What is the term? You can have oh shoot. It's like you can have cheap. You can pick three things: cheap, fast, or quality. You can pick from three things: cheap, fast, quality. You can only have two. I don't remember what the term is now. My brain is not. I've not woken up yet. I'm really bummed that Lionel doesn't make many HO scale things. They make really cool O gauge defect detectors, and I want so badly for my layout. Okay, check out. There's a video called. So there's a layout called the BNSF Planes Division. Is that right? That's not right. BNSF Fall River Division. The gentleman who models the BNSF Fall River Division, he has a defect detector on his HO scale layout. I believe you can purchase them. I know somebody makes them, so they are out there. So I would do a search for, look at that. There's a video that came out recently by the NS Modeler guy. I can't remember his name. NS Modeler 2020, something like that. He did a video on the Fall River Division showing off the defect detector, I believe. And I think he may even say the name of the manufacturer in that video. If he doesn't, just do a search on like Google for HO scale defect detectors for model railroads. You can probably find one that way. I can do it well, do it fast, or do it inexpensively, but not all three. Probably not even two. That's very close to the actual quote. That's right. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a day here. Like I said, I got to get my boy in to get this fever checked out, figure out what it is. It's not coronavirus. I do know that for a fact. But yeah, so thanks again. I really appreciate everyone for stopping in. Thanks to, it was John, right? John, thanks for joining the contest, and congratulations for winning. And I will see everyone in another video. Thanks.